Today's story is about two girls who are obsessed with climbing. While having fun and joking around, they climb a tower that is nearly 20,000 feet high. But after reaching the top, an unexpected accident traps them there. The place is completely deserted, and there is no one to help them. In this situation, the two girls can neither stand properly nor sit, and that too at a height of 20,000 feet above the ground. How they survive without food or water is what we are going to see in today's story. And the story begins by introducing Becky, her husband Dan, and their friend Shiloh. All three of them are climbing a huge mountain, and this adventure is nothing new for them. While climbing, Dan notices a small cave in the rock and puts his hand inside to get a better grip. Suddenly, because of a bird, he loses his balance and starts hanging by the rope. Seeing this, Becky and Shiloh panic and try to save him, but the rope suddenly snaps, and right in front of their eyes, Dan falls down and dies. After this tragic incident, Becky goes into deep shock. The story then jumps forward by 1 year, where we see that Becky still hasn't recovered from the trauma. She is struggling with loneliness and pain, and alcohol has become a part of her life. Seeing his daughter in such a condition, her father James gets worried and advises her to move on in life. But Becky is so broken that she doesn't want to listen to anyone anymore. That same night, Becky decides to end her life. Just then, she receives a call from her friend Shiloh. In fact, it was Becky's father who asked Shiloh to contact her and try to help her. To help Becky forget her painful memories, Shiloh challenges her to climb an old tower that is 20,000 feet high. At first, Becky refuses, but Shiloh explains that sometimes in life, we need an excuse to move on, and maybe this is that opportunity. Eventually, Becky agrees, and the next day, both of them set out on this dangerous journey. During the trip, Becky looks through Shiloh's phone and sees some old photos. In one picture, she notices a man's hand on Shiloh's shoulder. When Becky asks about him, Shiloh brushes it off by saying he's just a friend. Meanwhile, Becky receives a call from her father, but she ignores it. On the way, they stop at a hotel, where Becky finds out that Shiloh is a YouTuber who makes climbing vlogs. They ask a waiter about the tower, and he tells them that the tower is visible from there and is about 2 miles away. That night, they stay at the hotel. Becky has a dream where she is spending private moments with Dan. Suddenly, she wakes up. The next morning, they resume their journey. Shiloh starts vlogging again, and due to distraction, they narrowly escape a major accident. Eventually, they reach the deserted area from where the tower can clearly be seen. Before reaching it, they encounter a locked gate with a warning sign. Since the gate is closed, they leave their car behind and continue on foot. The area is completely deserted and desert-like. Along the way, they see a dead animal being eaten by vultures. Shiloh clicks a photo and uploads it to Instagram, and the post quickly goes viral. When they finally reach the tower, Becky gets scared after seeing its height and says, "I can't do this, my hands are shaking." Shiloh motivates her and tells her to control her fear. Somehow Becky agrees. The tower is very old, so they connect themselves to each other using a safety rope and begin climbing. Shiloh climbs ahead while Becky follows. The tower is completely rusted, and the ladder is extremely unstable. Still, Shiloh doesn't lose confidence and keeps moving forward, even as the entire structure shakes. Becky gathers her courage and continues climbing as well. Suddenly, one of the steps Becky grabs breaks and falls down, but she narrowly escapes. This scares her badly, but Shiloh once again encourages her. It becomes clear that if things are breaking here, they could break further ahead as well. Many nuts and bolts are loose because the tower is extremely old. After reaching a height almost equal to the Eiffel Tower, they take a water break. From there, everything on the ground looks incredibly tiny. By this point, they have already climbed 1,800 feet using the inner ladder. The remaining 200 feet must be climbed using the outer ladder, which is extremely dangerous due to strong winds. Becky doesn't want to continue, but since Shiloh has already started climbing, Becky has no choice but to follow. The condition of the outer ladder is even worse. After moving further, they reach a large dish that they must cross. Shiloh crosses it easily while laughing and then helps Becky. Becky is extremely scared. On top of that, Shiloh starts shaking the ladder to scare her, which loosens the nuts and bolts even more. At that moment, one bolt falls down. Despite all this, they somehow manage to reach the top of the tower safely, though another bolt falls as they climb. They are unaware of how dangerous the situation has become. After reaching the top, both of them feel extremely happy, and Shiloh starts vlogging again. To capture better shots, she uses a drone camera. To create even more exciting content, Shiloh hands the drone controller to Becky and hangs from the tower using just one hand. Becky tries to stop her, but Shiloh doesn't listen. After taking the shot, Shiloh climbs back up and asks Becky to do the same pose. Becky refuses at first, but Shiloh tells her that this is her biggest chance to overcome her fear. Eventually, Becky holds Shiloh's hand and performs the same stunt while Shiloh takes a selfie. After that, Becky climbs back up safely. Becky has brought Dan's ashes with her. Remembering him, she scatters his ashes from the top of the tower. Both Becky and Shiloh become very emotional and remember Dan. After this, they decide to go back down. They attach the safety rope and Becky starts descending first, but as soon as she places her foot on the ladder, the remaining bolts give way and the ladder completely collapses. Becky ends up hanging by the rope. Shiloh gets terrified, but somehow manages to pull her back up. Becky starts crying in fear after narrowly escaping death, but the very next moment, both girls start laughing because of how intense and adventurous the moment was. When they look down, they realize that the ladder is completely destroyed. Now the question is, how will they get down? They check their phones, but there is no network at such a height. Then they notice an emergency box. When they open it, they find binoculars and a flare gun inside. However, their backpack had fallen down and gotten stuck on the tower's dish, and it contained their drinking water. Seeing this, Becky gets angry at Shiloh and says that now they will die there because of thirst. Shiloh calms her down and says that it's possible someone heard the sound of the ladder falling and has already called 911. She believes that the police will arrive soon, and all they need to do is wait for some time. Shiloh then notices that Becky's leg is injured because of the fall. To stop the bleeding, Shiloh ties her own shirt around Becky's wound. After that, both of them start waiting for help. After some time, Becky asks Shiloh why she started blogging. Shiloh replies that she started it for Dan. Hearing this, Becky begins to feel a sense of doubt toward Shiloh. 5 hours pass, but no help arrives. Shiloh then checks her phone, and the photo she had uploaded earlier of the dead animal gives her an idea. She types a help message on her phone and ties it to a rope, then lowers it down, hoping that the phone might get a signal closer to the ground and the message would upload. But the rope is only about 15 feet long. Shiloh even tries hanging down slightly to lower the phone further, but the attempt fails. After that, Becky comes up with another idea. She says that there must be full signal on the ground, so why not throw the phone down somehow? Shiloh agrees. She takes off her shoe and places the phone inside it securely. To prevent the phone from breaking, they use their socks and undergarments as padding. Then they drop it down. The phone reaches the ground, but even using the binoculars, they can't see whether the phone landed safely or shattered. At that moment, Becky notices a tattoo with the number 143 on Shiloh's foot, a code Dan used to say, "I love you." Becky becomes suspicious but stays silent. Soon, they notice a man walking below with his dog. Both girls start screaming for help, but because of the extreme height, their voices don't reach him. The man is also busy on his phone and doesn't hear them. Meanwhile, Shiloh's phone has completely shattered after hitting the ground. To get attention, Becky throws her shoe down and it lands near the man. However, he doesn't understand their signal. Instead, he thinks it's someone else's shoe, throws it aside, and starts walking away with his dog. Seeing this, Becky is about to fire the flare gun, but Shiloh stops her, saying that using a flare gun during the day might not be visible. She suggests waiting until it gets dark. Just then, they notice another vehicle nearby with another man inside. Now they have one last idea, to fire the flare gun once night falls so that someone can spot them. As darkness sets in, they fire the flare gun. Both men notice the flare and look up at the tower. Shiloh becomes extremely happy when she sees them heading toward their car, believing that help has finally arrived. But instead of rescuing them, the two men reach their car, steal it, and drive away. The girls scream in desperation, but there is no one to hear them. Their last hope is shattered, and with it, their will to survive begins to fade. As night deepens, the tower's signal lights turn on. Both of them feel extremely sleepy, but falling asleep could cause them to lose balance and fall, so they force themselves to stay awake. They begin talking to pass the time, and during the conversation, Becky finally asks about Shiloh's tattoo. With shame and guilt, Shiloh confesses that she had a 4-month affair with Becky's husband, Dan. She says it was the biggest mistake of her life. She never told Becky because it would have broken her heart, especially after Dan's death. Shiloh admits that she started developing feelings for Dan because he was different from everyone else. But she soon realized that no matter what, she could never love him more than Becky did. After learning the truth, Becky feels completely shattered, but there is nothing she can do about it. By now, 24 hours have passed, and morning arrives. Both of them are extremely hungry and thirsty, having had no food or water. Shiloh decides that she will somehow climb down and bring the backpack back up. She ties the rope to the tower and climbs down. However, even after going down, the rope is still too short, and Shiloh cannot reach the bag. With no other option left, she gathers courage and jumps from the rope onto the dish. After reaching there, she immediately drinks water from the bag. But now, another challenge appears. How will she get back up? Somehow, she ties the bag to the rope, jumps again, and hangs onto the rope herself. Becky starts pulling her up. Shiloh slowly climbs upward and is just about to reach the top when the rope slips from Becky's hands, causing Shiloh to fall rapidly. Becky's heart starts racing. After losing Dan, she cannot afford to lose her best friend as well. But when she looks down in fear, she sees Shiloh still hanging onto the rope. However, Shiloh's hands are badly injured, and she is no longer able to climb up on her own. With great difficulty and using all her strength, Becky somehow manages to pull Shiloh back up to the top. Becky then drinks water, and after resting for a while, she writes a help note and attaches it to the drone. Using the drone, they try to send their message toward the nearby hotel. They feel hopeful again, but after flying a short distance, the drone's battery starts draining. Before the battery dies completely, Becky brings the drone back. This was their last possible way to survive, and now that too has failed. Becky breaks down, crying that they are going to die there. Shiloh comforts her and assures her that they will survive and escape. As night falls, Becky sees a terrifying nightmare in which Shiloh dies on the tower and vultures start feeding on her body. Becky wakes up in panic, only to realize it was just a bad dream. The next morning, Becky gets an idea to charge the drone using the tower's signal light. Shiloh is better at climbing, but due to her injured hands, she cannot climb anymore. With great courage, Becky climbs up the tower pole. She opens the signal light and plugs in the drone charger. However, the plug is loose, so Becky has to hang there and hold the charger in place until the drone fully charges. After holding the pole for a long time, Becky's hands slowly begin to go numb. To make matters worse, a vulture arrives and repeatedly attacks her. Somehow she manages to protect herself, but her bag slips from her hands and falls down. Still, she holds on and survives. After some time, the drone is fully charged, and she climbs back down. Becky once again tries to fly the drone toward the hotel. The drone is fully charged, and hope rises again that they might finally be rescued. But just as the drone is about to reach the hotel, it collides with a truck. The drone breaks, and the camera feed goes dead. Seeing this, both of them are completely crushed, as their last option has now failed. As evening approaches, they see a massive storm forming right in front of them, which is about to reach the tower. Becky feels extremely sleepy, but Shiloh refuses to let her sleep, warning her that vultures could attack her wounded leg if she falls asleep. Becky then asks Shiloh for her other shoe so she can place her phone inside it and throw it down again, but Shiloh says she can't give it to her because her shoe is lying on the dish below. At this moment, the story delivers a shocking twist. We learn that when Becky was pulling Shiloh up from the dish earlier, her hands had slipped, causing Shiloh to fall onto the dish, and she died there at that very moment. After that incident, Becky began hallucinating. She had only pulled the backpack up, not Shiloh. From that point onward, Becky had been imagining Shiloh's presence, and she had actually been surviving alone the entire time. Becky breaks down completely, crying over the loss of her only remaining friend. That night, Becky records a video message for her father. In the message, she says that she wants to come back home and live her life, but now she feels she won't be able to. She tells him that he was always right, and that she loves him very much. Meanwhile, Shiloh's father, James, is also shown worried and searching for his missing daughter. The next day, while Becky is asleep, a vulture begins eating the flesh from her injured leg. Overcome by hunger and desperation, Becky gathers courage, grabs the vulture, kills it, and eats it, because survival is the only rule now. After regaining some strength, she carefully climbs down the rope to the dish, where Shiloh's dead body is lying. Becky sends a message to her father, telling him that she is trapped on the tower. She then places her phone inside Shiloh's shoe. To make sure the phone doesn't break before the message is delivered, she has no choice but to place the shoe with the phone inside Shiloh's body and throws the body down from the tower. Later that night, Becky's father receives the message. As soon as he sees it, he immediately contacts the police and sends them to that location. As soon as they reach the tower, they see the police covering a dead body. Seeing this, they assume that it must be their daughter's body. Just then, Becky runs toward her father, calling out to him. She has been rescued by the police. Becky breaks down in tears as she hugs her father tightly and tells him that he was always right. Seeing his daughter alive, her father is overwhelmed with happiness, and he takes her home. So friends, this was a story of courage, survival, and determination. It teaches us that no matter how difficult the situation may be, if we don't give up and continue fighting until the very end, life will always find a way to show us a new path. And with that, the story comes to an end. I hope you really enjoyed this story, and if you're visiting our channel for the first time, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.